Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Out and About in the UK. Coming up a little bit later on in the show, we'll be in Ruislip for the groundbreaking ceremony of the new headquarters of London GAA. But first, the Luton Irish Forum was set up in 1997 and now have more than 900 members. They're one of the many Irish community-based welfare organisations here in Britain right now, and on a recent visit to the town we popped in for a chat and to find out a little bit more about what they do. Noreen, tell us about how the Luton Irish Forum got started.
A group of us got together. We used to go down to the town hall every Saturday morning and we used to talk about things basically, and everybody said the one thing we need here is a club. We have nowhere to go basically. We used to eat all their biscuits and everything. So people who gave us a great deal of help, political and otherwise, in the early days got us started. They got us a place called the Drill Hall, and that belonged to the army, I think, or somebody moved out of it and left a floor, and it was not in very good state, but it was great for us because we were able to do it up, and basically it was our first home. It was not good because there were stairs and they weren't easy for disabled people to go on. So a local businessman played golf with somebody else and said, we asked them for advice. We asked him to come in and advise us because we know we were going to have to move anyway. And he said, don't rent anything. Look for somewhere to buy. So that we went all around the town and looked for a piece of land where we could build. This is it.
Organisations like the Luton Irish Forum, there's many of them around Britain right now, and the Irish government is unique with the support that they give these organisations. How important is that?
It's very important indeed. We wouldn't be able to operate without it. And I've spoken to other nationalities, say people from the West Indies, Polish, and they really envy us. They think, I wish to God our governments would do the same. We have welfare people in here to do all the welfare work. People can come in and they'll be seen, and the people here are sympathetic and they really do look after them. We have a cultural aspect as well, which the highlight of that is St. Patrick's Day Festival. We welcome people from other nationalities who come in as well because we mentored the Polish group who we have here when they first came, and they now do their own work and they rent a place off of us.
Tell us about Luton as a town. What's it like to live here?
Some people say it gets a bad press out there a lot of the time, but it's a very, very friendly town to live in, and there is a great Irish community here, obviously.
The Luton Irish Forum, you're one of the founding members of it. It's come an awful long way in quite a few years.
Oh, indeed. We're really, really proud of the progress we've made. We first started it off many years ago, but around 1997-ish time, when we were trying to get a voice for the Irish in Luton, get a feel for politically. People wanted to know what we were about, what the Irish community wanted, what we were looking to do, what we were involved in. And of course, because it's such a large Irish community in Luton, involved in all sorts of cultural activities, including Gaelic football, hurling, camogie, whatever. And of course, the Irish traditional music scene through Comhaltas Cultúra Éireann, that's my little badge there. And again, a very strong branch of Comhaltas in Luton. And of course very, very many other activities, several clubs, which would probably be classified as church clubs or Catholic clubs, but wouldn't have sustained themselves very well without the impact of the Irish community running them and helping out and looking to the community in general. I'm now involved mainly with the credit union, whom I think you might be having a chat with in a minute. I'm a founder member of the South Luton Credit Union, but I'm also involved with other aspects of the of this building. For example, we have at St. Patrick's Festival we have a Gaelic choir. I organise the Gaelic choir, and we sing each year. We sing the Sean Riada Mass. And we do that in a couple of the local churches with the support of the clergy. So we do the Sean Riada Mass, obviously in Gaelic. People in our choir aren't necessarily from Ireland, but they're happy to learn the Irish language phonetically, and it goes over very well. And of course we sing in Latin as well as singing in English. So we've got quite a good reputation as a little choir part of which is the Luton Irish Forum Choir.
And your own involvement, Patricia, you're originally from Cork City and you're here in Luton for quite a few years. But credit unions are a great way of people, great facility for people, isn't it? Yeah.
And people, if they understand the ethos of the credit union is a very good way of ordinary people without huge incomes of saving and borrowing. So the ethos of the credit union, but we should be a community, is the beginning and the end of the story. But of course, in our days, you haven't got communities. So we are here at the Irish Forum. So you could say the Irish Forum are allowing us to be here to the advantage of their members.
And how long are you here in Luton?
In the 60s, 67. I had two brothers here working at the Vauxhall. I come to join them for a short while, but never went home.
And what part of Ireland are you originally from?
Dundalk, County Louth.
And do you ever go back to Ireland? Or?
Oh, I go back twice a year, yes. While the family is still there, I'll keep going back.
I come from London. I was born in London. I came up with Pauline to get an Irish passport for her. We were asked to come to Keep Fit, to the lunch clubs, different activities. We got more involved. We started volunteering. We've been volunteering ever since. We help out in all sorts of ways.
Tell us about Health Watch.
Well, they're a company that work inside the Luton Irish Forum, and they provide, if anyone's having any issues with their health or social care provider, they will take on responsibilities of chasing things up where they should have been, and just generally supporting people in the community with the service that they should be provided.
And you would be one of the maybe slightly younger members of staff here. You must really enjoy working here. It must be very rewarding.
Yeah, it is. It's a great community. It feels very Irish. Like you could compare the two from being here and in Ireland, because of the culture and just the general community. It feels very much like at home.
What's your background? Have you an Irish background?
Well, I'm from Luton, but my grandparents and older family, they live in Limerick in Ireland.
And tell us about the volunteer work you're doing here yourself.
Well, I come in here once a week. We have a Tuesday and Wednesday club. We have the bingo and sandwiches and things like that, raffles. I also help with if there's any other thing going on, if they need anybody. I'm in the St. Patrick's committee. I'm on the St. Patrick's committee where I do Molly Malone, and do have a stall selling all our Irish gear. I knit Irish hats for the stall, and when we have any other charity thing going on, any Irish things going on around in Luton, we always seem to have a stall there for the Irish to keep it going.
And you're originally from Dublin?
Dublin, yeah.
What brought you to Luton?
Work. I came over here in 1959, my boyfriend, because there was no work, and we were living in London, and then he got a job in Pye, moved down to Luton, and I've been in Luton since 1974. And
you must find it very rewarding and very enjoyable being involved here in the forum.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love coming to the forum, and any time there's anything on, they always ask me to come, and I quite enjoy it, doing it. And we have a sing-song. We have some Irish nights, and I always do a couple of Irish songs, and I quite enjoy that.
So Nola, tell us about the daily activities of the forum.
We're open for 5 days and partly on a Saturday and Sunday as well. Every day is different. The main service that we provide is a welfare service, and that's helping people with accommodation issues, helping them access benefits, maximising their income, helping them to get disability benefit, maybe get their Irish pension, their UK pension. We sometimes help people get into better accommodation or deal with issues that they might be having, like tenancy issues, rent arrears, so a whole host of matters. That's a welfare service. In addition to that, we promote Irish culture actively, not just here but across the town and beyond. We organise social activities, including our Tuesday and Wednesday social clubs, which is a couple of games of bingo, raffle, an opportunity for people to make friends and to meet up and have some routine, and sometimes to have something to get out of bed for. We're not here just to serve older Irish. We're here for all the community. We're here for all age groups. We serve older, younger. We have a weekly baby and toddler group that has about 20 active members. We have the schools workshops. More recently did a project with Cardinal Newman High School, and that was a performance and exhibition, and that was actually run in the local museum around St. Patrick's to coincide with the St. Patrick's Festival.
What are the plans going forward for the centre?
A key area of need is to engage with our second and third generation. That's something that we're really keen to do. We had a piece of research done by a second generation Irish fellow from Southampton University some years ago, and he actually researched over 100 second and third generation Irish and looked at exactly what might engage them in their Irishness. And the St. Patrick's Festival was part of it, the cultural seminars, the yoga classes, Irish dancing, and we have endeavoured to facilitate those here. And in terms of going forward, we're trying to develop on that, try to develop our baby and toddler group. And we're always open to ideas. We're also open to working with volunteers who have a skill to share, regardless of what ethnicity, age they are.
So Nolette, if people want to get in touch and get involved with the Luton Irish Forum, how can they do that?
They can drop in to 102 Hitchin Road, Luton. They can pick up the phone and dial 01582 720 447. They can go on our website www.lutonirishforum.org or visit our Facebook or Twitter.
Well, it was great meeting up there with Nolette Hanley and all the team at the Luton Irish Forum, and we really do wish them all the very, very best in the future. I'm sure we'll be catching up with them again very, very soon. We're going to take a break right now, but do come back to us for the second half of the show. You're very welcome back to the show. Well, the GAA have been a cornerstone of the Irish community here in London, and since 1978 their ground in Ruislip has served thousands of players who have passed through the ranks. With the help of Croke Park, the Irish government and local sponsorship, London GAA have embarked on a redevelopment of their much-loved ground, and we were there for the groundbreaking ceremony. You've waited for this day for quite some time.
Yes, we've been waiting for it now. It's almost since Liam O'Neill came to London on that January day 4 years ago. It's now taken a long time. We've had many obstacles, but however we've got there and we've got what we wanted, and we're delighted that we're turned aside here this evening.
How badly is this ground needed here in London?
This ground is terribly needed. Ruislip has served its purpose since 1979, and now it is not fit for purpose. And like elderly people, as I said earlier on tonight, elderly people and disabled people, no place to sit, no place this and that, and it is badly needed. And I'm sure that when this development is done, that the Gaels of London will come back out here again in big numbers. Well, I'm hoping that we'll be having back here of a Sunday afternoon, that we'll get a family environment here where families can come with their children, where they'll be able to sit down and have proper facilities. And then I can see the crowds quadrupling here in the next few years. And we're also thinking as well in the long term that we may get a second pitch, which will be the phase 2, very close to this area, where these county grounds, the two pitches, this grounds will serve the both pitches. London clubs are helping out in the sense that they're getting a lot of people to buy plaques for the seats. The fundraiser concern, we are now hoping to keep the connection back in Ireland, where all the clubs in Ireland will be asked for a donation of 100 to 200 euros, because there is no club in Ireland, in any county, in the 32 counties of Ireland, who people have not left and come to London, and those people have been looked after by London clubs since 1896. And we're looking forward that we hope we'll get a good response from those clubs back in Ireland. I'd like to thank the Irish TV, and particularly Pierce, Riley and Moraid, for the great work that they have been doing in showcasing our games here in Ruislip over the past 18 months. And thanks to Irish TV very, very, very much, because we need people like you to come in here and show who we are out to the general public and a worldwide audience.
The Kerry Association has been involved with London GAA. Obviously, Noel O'Sullivan, chairman of London GAA, is here for many years. As an association member, how important is the development here?
It's very important because, especially when the clubs come over from Ireland at club level and at national level, to come over and to play at a facility, it's nice for them to be, in the same facilities as they have at home. And they've done a great load of work, Noel Dunning, Noel Sullivan and all the team behind them. And we're very happy to support them in everything.
How important is the development here in Ruislip?
It's very, very important for now and for the future, especially for the young people coming up and especially for London-born coming in. It will be some place to come to, which will be a great credit to the GAA and great credit to the London County Board and the work that the officers have put into it and everyone that's associated with this development. It's very, very good.
I'm really delighted to have been here tonight to represent the Irish Government, the Irish Ambassador and the Emigrant Support Programme in seeing the development at Ruislip coming to this next stage of fruition. The Emigrant Support Programme is the Irish Government's practical, tangible outreach to the Irish community outside of Ireland. And we are very, very pleased to have been working in partnership with the GAA since 2007 here in Britain, and then from 2012 absolutely worldwide, globally. And 2 years ago we talked to the GAA and they made a proposal to us about working in partnership through the Emigrant Support Programme to help this redevelopment at Ruislip, and we were really happy, and I know the Minister for Foreign Affairs is delighted to have been able to do that. So Charlie Flanagan and Jimmy Deanahan, Minister for Diaspora, really wanted to come here and be here this evening. They couldn't be here. I'm lucky enough to have been able to be here instead. The Irish Government has committed €600,000 to the development of the spectator facilities in Ruislip, which will make this an improved community resource, a great venue for the GAA family and for the whole Irish family in Britain.
You're the manager here in the social club here in the Emerald Grounds. You must be absolutely thrilled that today has finally come.
Well, absolutely delighted now, and we can't wait to see what's going to happen and how the whole thing pans out. I've been here for coming on my 12th year now, and there's been talk about it since I came here, and we're really, really looking forward, to the development of the ground first and foremost, and then to see how the club pans out and how that develops as well, because there's a lot of business to be had out there, and the social club is a big part of the GAA, and there's a lot of money to be earned, and I hope that that they develop this into the same context as the ground, and that we benefit from it.
You captained St Joseph's Club in London in 1962, so tonight must be particularly special for you.
Oh, good night. Great to be here tonight. Great to meet the president of the GAA, a townie of mine.
Tell us about St Joseph's.
Well, we're a small club in West Ealing. Way back in the 40s, they had a great team, a senior team, but fell away. And we regrouped in 1962, and we had great times.
How has the scene changed since that? I know there was quite a few Irish people here in London right now, but there was probably a lot more back then.
There was a lot, and they were staying longer. Now they're inclined to move on.
And are you still involved in GAA?
Still involved. I'm president of the Joe's Club.
Ruislip is going to be a huge benefit to the Irish here, I suppose, not only from a football point of view, but from a social point of view.
Oh yes, and long overdue for a bit of shelter.
You'll be here every Sunday?
Well, it's my second home.
As a Labour councillor here in London, you must be delighted with the development here in Ruislip.
Absolutely. I think we've spent so many years waiting for this development to come to fruition. I've been coming to Ruislip my entire life. I was here as a child when my parents were involved in the different teams here, and to finally be able to say that we're going to have a stand that will attract people, that will have somewhere for a little bit of shelter from the rain, will be absolutely fantastic. And we're really, really excited that it will start to attract other people in the community as well who aren't just Irish back to the Emerald Ground.
And Rita, growing up in an Irish household, you must have spent most of your childhood out here.
Pretty much every Sunday, except for a brief period when we had to go to Parnell Park instead. So yes, I have spent many, many hours running up and down these stairs, ferrying hurls and broken footballs and stuff back and forward. So we're very, very busy.
So being a surname like Keneally, there must be a Clifton connection there, a Galway connection somewhere, is there?
We are indeed. The dad side of the family, we're Clifton, very busy, always going back, so we keep a strong connection with the Clifton people.
Your Irish heritage and your Irish background means the world to you?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. I think the reason that I became so active in politics is because the Irish community has been experienced many things over the years, and it was Irish people who got me involved, got me active in the workplace and got me active in politics, and it's the reason that I ran. And to be able to represent somewhere like Kilburn, which means so much to Irish people, is absolutely fantastic, and it's really important for our community that we continue to stand up and be a really important integral part of this community at all levels of society, whether politically or culturally.
As president of the GAA, you must be particularly happy to be here tonight.
The family is very important in GAA, and our family means worldwide GAA, and particularly here in London. London have always been very special to the GAA, right from the time of Liam McCarthy and Sam Maguire, Michael Collins, great icons of Irish history. But London has always been special. They've won All Irelands, they take part in all our competitions. They've been in Junior All Irelands this year in both Full and Gales and hurling, and of course John Mitchell's from Liverpool. And London then had such a fantastic odyssey 2 years ago in the Connacht Championship, and they're a force to be reckoned with. And as I mentioned earlier, London are now being invited over to open pitches in Ireland, and that's fantastic to see. So London is a very strong heartland of GAA. They have 33 clubs, which is more than some counties in Ireland, and it's fabulous now that we're going to have a state-of-the-art pitch, which is badly needed, a really good, fine playing surface. That's the most important thing in any club. And then, of course, patrons. We want everyone to come. We want the whole family. But if you're going to stand on a grass bank and get wet, it's not very pleasant. And it's great to see now that we're going to have one of the finest stadia outside of Ireland on a GAA premises here in London, and a full refurbishment here of the clubhouse. So these are exciting times and good times for the GAA in London.
Tell us a little bit more about how the GAA have contributed to the development here in Ruislip.
Well, I suppose the main way we have is those words that they now use, capacity building. We've been helping in the planning. That's important. We've been helping in the strategy and the approach. So we have people here from London, from the Provincial Council of Britain, and from our own counties back in Ireland. And we have various different subgroups looking, planning, organising, and then, of course, financially. I mean, we have contributed close to £2 million, which is a lot of money for a small association like the GAA. We work right beside the Department of Foreign Affairs. They're contributing close to $750,000. They contribute where we contribute. We don't work separately. We work totally together. So I suppose really in truth, between loans and grants and various bits and pieces, we're close to $3 million of assistance from home. It's only something that's richly deserved. It's payback time, because London for centuries has been helping all counties in Ireland, and they've been helping young immigrants who have come over here. So this is nothing that isn't well deserved and richly earned by London GAA, but we're delighted to do it. And of course £500,000 is a challenge, and the clubs and the county here in London, they have £500,000 sterling to raise now, which they're going to do by selling seats at €125, or indeed business sponsors are providing on a wall at £10,000. So it's a big challenge, but it's one that they will meet.
Is the GAA becoming a worldwide brand?
We are a worldwide brand. There's absolutely no doubt about that. The Irish have always been going abroad, and wherever the Irish went, they always played our games and brought their culture with them. But it wasn't always organised or maybe as centralised as it is now. Communications have meant that it's easier for us now to keep in touch. So wherever the Irish are, our games were already there, but now they're re-energised and they're re-engaging, and the young now particularly, because we have fabulous games. There's no doubt about that. Hurling and Gaelic football are two of the finest games in the world, and no matter where the GAA is played, we now find that people of no link whatsoever to Ireland, people of all nationalities, want to join the GAA clubs, and that is happening. So we have just over 1 million members in the GAA. 20% of those are outside of Ireland. That's a huge figure. So when you consider 20% of any membership, that's a lot of people. So we are very much now a worldwide brand, but we're not pushing that in any way. We're just letting it happen, and letting it happen naturally and organically.
Well, it's great seeing such an iconic landmark in the Irish community getting the investment that it most certainly deserves. We're going to be keeping a close eye on the redevelopment as it happens. If you'd like to contact the show, send an email to ian@irishtv.ie, and you can also find us on Facebook and on Twitter. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have right now. But do come back to us next week when we'll be out and about in the UK.